Diddy is having a hard time in prison. For whatever reason, he thought all the inmates would love him because he's a celebrity and he's from New York. But it turns out everyone hates him and he's so jealous of other celebrity inmates, it's driving him crazy. So let's get into it. Now, I didn't think Diddy could get more narcissistic than he already is, but he's supposedly raging that Luigi Mangione, the guy that unalived the healthcare CEO, is getting more attention than he is. We've talked about this before on the channel, but these two are currently locked up in the same prison, which at first people were worried about Luigi's safety because we know Diddy likes to go both ways. But it turns out Diddy is raging that the alleged killer is more beloved than he is among inmates. Quote, Diddy has been throwing temper tantrums over the fact that Luigi's getting all of the attention in prison and is being referred to as a hero after literally murdering someone on camera. So he's upset that everyone in the prison is celebrating Luigi because he wanted to be the it boy.
Babe, wake up. A whole new Luigi photo shoot just dropped. You gotta wake up the kids. Come on, this is huge news. Oh my god. If I had to spend one night in prison, I'd be looking like hell. What is his secret? He must have found out the stock market crashed or something, because he's rejuvenated. How is he doing it? How is he doing? Everything this man wears is high fashion. They could put him in the electric chair and it would look like a throne. I was looking up how to write to this man. Here's his address, so screenshot this, but there's a few things you need to know before you write to him. So on a white piece of paper with blue or black ink, you can write a letter and include a photo of yourself, but it has to be appropriate. Nothing too exposed.
As you guys could tell, everyone's obsessed with Luigi's every move, and Diddy's not getting the same treatment. He's reportedly upset because he claims he's innocent of these crimes, yet he continues to get so much hate inside the lockup. Interesting. So not only does the public dislike Diddy, but even the inmates don't mess with him either. Quote, even in prison, Diddy's ego is bigger than life. Now, for Luigi's case, he is apparently loved by the prisoners and not having a difficult time at all because he's gotten so much support. Healthcare is an issue in this country. It's also an issue in the prison system. So people are championing him as a hero for unaliving one of the main healthcare guys out here. And I'm sure Diddy isn't happy when he watches the news because I'm pretty sure they have access to TV. Shout out to the, well, I don't know if they have access to YouTube, but if they do, shout out to the prisoners, but not the ones who, well, if they're in prison, maybe no shout out to them. But right now, Luigi's got a billboard, which, I mean, honestly, I'm not too surprised. I'm sure Diddy's pissed off because this guy is being promoted everywhere. Look at this reaction to this billboard. I really wish I could see this in person. It's so beautiful, and it's being put up right before his court date. I absolutely love the support he's getting. Oh, I'm a little bit like, I guess, unbiased. I don't know. I'm not like sold on Luigi. Like, still kind of scares me the fact this person is calling this really beautiful. Okay. Now Luigi is headed to court. It looks like he's going to face charges for unaliving Brian Thompson, which it seems like that was so long ago, but that was like just a few months ago that it happened. Luigi, a former data engineer, has gained a cult-like following, with supporters saying Luigi was only acting out of rebellion when he killed Brian, while pointing out the American medical insurance system, saying that's unfair. Though I don't know if Brian had full control over that. Granted, everyone's paying a lot more attention now. Now, in another interesting article, I saw Luigi's name mentioned with Justin Baldoni, which I don't know if Justin Baldoni wants to be associated with Luigi, but it seems like Luigi is taking a page from Justin's playbook, releasing a statement that he is so happy about all the support he's getting. He said, I'm overwhelmed by and grateful for everyone who's written me to share their stories and express their support. While it's impossible for me to reply to most letters, please know that I read every one that I receive. Thank you again to everyone who took the time to write. You know what's worse than getting injured? Fighting with the insurance company afterwards. They will often stall, delay, and lowball you because their goal is to pay you as little as possible because they are not on your side. That's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. They are the largest injury law firm in America with over 1,000 attorneys and millions of clients served. They've secured billions of dollars for settlements and verdicts, including a $26 million payout in Philadelphia, 40 times more than what the insurance company originally offered. And the best part about Morgan & Morgan is that they don't charge anything up front. There is no consulting fee, there's no hourly rate, there's no hidden cost by going and getting them to help you out. So if you've been hurt in an accident,
Morgan & Morgan has your back if you become their client.
you can go to forthepeople.com/Sloan or scan the QR code on the screen to start your claim now. You probably could get it submitted before this video is even over with, and it's not going to hurt to go and figure out how much you are owed. Thank you, Morgan & Morgan, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. Right now, Luigi's lawyers are standing by him strong, which is interesting because there's like evidence showing. I mean, if it wasn't Luigi, then who was it? I mean, we've got evidence of the crime, video evidence of the crime. And in Diddy's case, we've also got video evidence. But the difference here is that his lawyers are not sticking around, and one of his lawyers are begging to get out of this case. Now, this guy's name is Anthony Rico, and it turns out he was one of Diddy's lawyers, but now he wants to get out of there. Anthony shook up Diddy's team Friday morning by informing the judge he could no longer effectively defend his client, but his filing lacked detail about why he was quitting. Now, of course, there's a lot of red flags here because attorneys, they have to operate by some ethics. So if he feels like the ethics are being violated, which I'm surprised he's feeling that just now, that's probably why he wants to get out of there, because he knows he's defending the wrong person.
Waking up to news that P. Diddy's lawyer has quit. I'm also hearing that this same lawyer represented Osama bin Laden. Do you know how much of a villain P. Diddy has to be? The lawyer said, under no circumstances can I continue. Under no circumstances.
This comment reads, bro would rather represent a terrorist than Diddy. I mean, that should tell you enough if he's hiring lawyers that represent people like this. I mean, why is Diddy hiring a lawyer that represents international criminals? Really? Our sources say Anthony grew frustrated when his efforts to speak directly to Diddy about legal strategies were thwarted by co-counsel. So he felt like the other lawyers were stopping him from doing his job. We're also told Anthony strongly believed that they wouldn't be ready to go by trial by May 5th, the scheduled start date, and they should ask the judge for more time, but his co-counsel disagreed. Now, it seems like documentary turnover is so fast nowadays. We've got like a Free Wendy documentary already out here. We've got Diddy documentaries coming out, and he's actually going against one of these documentaries. And it looks like he's suing NBC for $100 million for suggesting that he had something to do with the death of Kim Porter. If you haven't seen my podcast episode, definitely go and check that out because there's so much evidence. But Diddy claims they were grossly exploiting the trust of their audience and racing to outdo their competition with a Diddy expose. And a statement saying that NBC, Peacock, and Ample maliciously and recklessly broadcast outrageous lies. The documentary, which premiered in January, explores Diddy's early life and includes interviews with people like I'll Be Sure and other people from his Uptown record label, which seems really suspicious. In the lawsuit, Diddy targets the documentary as advancing the narrative that it can't be a coincidence that Kim and others in his orbit, including Biggie and Heavy D, all died. I mean, it is suspicious. All these people around you who know what you've been up to just plop dead. I don't know how copyright will be on this clip, but let's take a look at this documentary.
I want to speak about this now because I've witnessed everything. I think Sean Combs can get away with anything.
Get away with anything? Oh, I hope not.
I've known Sean since he was 4 years old. That's my little bro.
He already knew what he wanted.
I could be your manager, just give
He knew what he wanted.
me a chance.
I went to a lot of puffy parties. These were the parties that you needed exclusive access to get into.
He thought that if people fear him, they respect him.
Honestly, I didn't want to be around him unless it was.
So he wanted to invoke fear in everyone around him. Diddy took issue in particular with Courtney Burgess, who was subpoenaed by federal prosecutors to testify in front of a grand jury. Now, Courtney has been involved in Diddy's charges heavily from the beginning because he's one of those people that federal prosecutors went to in the early days to go and build this trafficking case. Courtney was allegedly close to Kim Porter, but their attorneys on Diddy's side say that Diddy had never even met this man. But Courtney claims that Kim Porter actually gave him a copy of her book, her memoir, which he later published on Amazon. on to expose some of the things that she had gone through and was writing about before she died.
In your public statements, you've mentioned 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 of them men and 2 of them women. Can you tell me where that's inaccurate?
You're right.
Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or into the influence?
All of them.
Last month, Diddy also filed a defamation lawsuit against News Nation, a parent company of Nexstar and Courtney's. He alleges that Courtney's interviews in which he stated that he possesses videos showing the singer harming celebrities whom appear underage may prevent him from receiving a fair trial. I mean, I know there's a world of clout chasers, people who want attention, but I don't know why I can't imagine this being made up. I like the video clip footage, especially because it does seem like Diddy in several cases tends to film what he's doing. In the documentary Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy, additionally claims that Diddy had intimacy with minors, based mostly around statements from an anonymous subject who said that they saw 2 minors follow the singer into a room and that they were for sure underage. The filing of this lawsuit comes after federal prosecutors issued a version of an indictment against Diddy detailing new allegations of racketeering. He also has new victims that the federal prosecutors are representing, so it's not just Cassie anymore. It seems like there are 2 other, or I guess so 3 total, but 2 others who have now been added to this indictment. So it's looking pretty bad for Diddy. The latest updates I've seen, it seems like Diddy is looking for evidence when it comes to what they pulled from his home. He wants to see exactly what the prosecutors are looking at as far as videos or drugs or firearms that they had raided from his homes earlier last year. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I think it's so ridiculous that he's jealous of Luigi. Like, get over yourself. So immature, just cringe in my opinion. But I want to hear what you guys think. I've got a big podcast episode coming out on Wednesday on Let's Get Into It podcast. We're doing hot topics over there. Last time it did really well. This week is going to be crazy. We're talking about Kim Kardashian, Northwest, Blake Lively, so much more. So definitely go and check out the Let's Get Into It podcast. I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye guys.